All right, let's do a little audio test. Sounds good to me. Alrighty then. Let's hop right in here. All right, well, as the title indicates, it is day 8 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. We have Origin Jumpworks in the hall. For those who might not know, the Origin Jumpworks company is kind of like the luxury ship. So even though they have a variety of roles, they really focus on that kind of luxury, you know, from the 890 Jump, which is their mega yacht, down to even their like 100 series. It's quite luxurious compared to the competitors. Dying here. I just went outside. It's a terrible experience. Don't do it. No, I just took my. The reason for the lateness of the stream actually is I decided it's been a while since I took my wife out, so we went out to dinner and a movie. We saw Venom, but it is like minus 25 outside, and if you can avoid it, it's probably your best bet. All right, let's head over to the show floor here. Due to the lateness, we'll do a bit of a jog. I know my waltz and do a little bit of a preamble, but we'll take an opportunity to boogie on over there so that we can show off this manufacturer and then hopefully get to bed. All right, that's weird, but hopefully get to bed at a reasonable time. Currently, it's 10:38 for me. I don't know where anyone else is, but if it's also equally or greater than this, I hope you're on night shift or that you plan on sleeping in tomorrow so you can get a good quality sleep. I know I'm definitely sleeping in tomorrow. I've enjoyed covering the show and doing streams every day, but it's adds up because after each stream, my wife and I have gone on to the we missed it. We've gone on to the DOJ to get some more hours because the end of the month's of course tomorrow. So it's been a pretty late night for us. We have not gone to bed before 12:30 any night this week, basically. So I don't know where those I can hear someone running, but could see someone running. Okay, all right, calm down. Alrighty then. I'm trying to think if they have any. I mean, I'll find out very shortly, but I'm trying to think if they have any concept ships for Origin. What is going on with the audio? Thank God. Get your 890, your 600i Touring, your 600i Explorer, 400i, Your 300 series, your 300, 325, 315, you know, all that jazz. And your 100 series, I guess they'd have the G12 Rover on concept. And then your X1 bike would be also down below. Let's see if I missed any. Yeah, you got your two 600s flanking the 890. So let's see. The Touring Explorer and 890 as predicted. 325, 350, 125. X1 Velocity, X1 Force, X1, 300i, 315p, 135, 100, 400i, G12 Rover. Oh, that's right. Yeah, X85 and M50. So we'll save these big ones for the end. We'll go and check out the other halls because they're going to be easier to go through. The one ship that I'd super consider picking up at the Origin show in particular would be the 400i. It's a very nice... there it is right there. It's a very nice ship. Here it is. Alright, so you get your 100 series. They all kind of look like this, but their function is different depending on the nomenclature there. So the 100i is tour of the universe with perfect coupling of luxury and performance. The 100i features Origin Jumpworks' patented AIR or air fuel system, making it the most efficient and eco-friendly ship on the market, capable of long-distance flights that most ships of its size aren't equipped for. The 100i is the perfect for solo pilots looking to turn heads without sacrificing functionality or reliability. And they do look nice. Very sleek. So we'll close the ramp just so you can kind of get the... I like how it kind of goes up there and the door comes in and then that panel comes out. It's pretty slick, I must say. So when you do this, the panel slides out of the way so that the arm can then slide out. It's very nice. So on the inside, you do have your pilot seat. You have a small little cargo area so that you can transport. And you have your component access. Of course, you can hide that away along with your cargo. If you were to be in this when everything's closed up, this will kind of give you the idea of what it would be like to be inside. As you can see, everything kind of tucks away and you have a little screen there. Except doesn't have anything on it right now. Anyway, you got over here. And the other thing that is nice, if I'm not mistaken, this bed can also... I think it can fold away into... the thing. But anyway, great visibility and a nice little starter ship. So if you wanted to get an Origin style, this is the one to go if you're looking for your starter vessel. And of course, the other nomenclatures denote different functions. So we have another one over here that we'll go take a look at. This is the 135C. And this is your light freighter. With a deceptive amount of storage space and a sleek, stylish frame and Origin's patented air fuel system, the 135C model is the obvious choice for musicians, couriers, and anyone trying to get the party started, get it there fast, and look good while doing it. So, I think that's glitched right there. That would normally be... yeah, that would normally be inside, but this one has the additional kind of cargo space in the rear here. So this one would not have nearly as long range, disregarding the bit that's floating out there. come in here, you'd still have access to the cargo hold, and this would probably be a straight through. Oh, so you have two. Look at that. I've never been on the inside of one. Still got your storage. I'm sorry, component storage up there, but their interior is otherwise unchanged. Now, the 400i my buddy's got, and I quite like it. Sleek looking. It's like a 3-person one. So, Pathfinder. To explore the stars is the most noble endeavor. The Origin Jumpworks, or an Origin Jumpworks, has risen to the occasion in crafting the 300i high-performance Pathfinder with class-leading range, substantial defensive capabilities, and factory-equipped scanning array. The 400i is ready to take on the harshest corners of the galaxy while maintaining the comforts and elegance Origin is known for. Now, the one thing to know about this is that it has about twice the health that the Mercury Star Runner has, which is one of my favorite ships, but about half the shields, whereas, you know, the shields on the Mercury Star Runner are very nice, but it's not nearly as beefy. This ship has multiple entrances, so it does have a airlock. It has a central stairwell that kind of comes out from the bottom there. It has a cargo bay. But it also has this neat little thing here that if we open this, this is where you can store your X1. So a specific area that you can store it. Now, don't go up in here, because if you put yourself up in there, there is actually, well, previously anyway, there was no button to exit from there. I don't know if they've since added one. I hope they do eventually, because that would be super unfortunate. Then you got your central stairwell, and then we'll go to the cargo bay very shortly thereafter. Inside this area, you have your 3 suit locker storage here, which we will close this just so you can get easier access to these things. Plus a well-appointed armory. And your gravity generator here with a neat little optical illusion through the windows that kind of makes the other area look interesting because it's kind of like mirror or almost like the telescopic function where it's kind of like the light and the visuals are bended. Moving into the central area, you actually have like a climate-controlled component storage. Both of these doors slide over and then kind of seal these areas in. Inside of here, you'd have your component access. It has quite large size components for this size of ship. And then on the opposite side, you have, you know, and I quite like that. And if you close this, you can get an idea of what it would be like if you're in this central area. Has a elevator that can take you up, as well as a stairwell in the event of power failure. Inside of here, we have the escape pods. So there are 4 of them rather than only 3, even though it's a 3-person crew. I think that's just more for symmetry there. And then you have your additional components nicely stowed away. I really like how Origin does tuck everything away. Quite aesthetically pleasing. And then this actually can lower down, so you can store not a large vehicle, but you could store, like, you know, smaller ones. And in addition to being able to stow that, also it is your cargo. So for longer endurance missions, you can actually have all of your supplies that you'll need on there. So if we then go up to the habitation deck, because we're on the technical now. The buttons are messed up, but that's fine. So up top here, you have your ladder to head back down. Going towards the forward, we actually have your bridge. And the bridge is fairly typical for Origin's larger ships, which you'll see on the 600 and the 890. You have your pilot, and then you have your 2 support seats. If we move rearward, we have the head, which that can stow away, so you can use it as a shower. And then we have the captain's quarters, complete with their own, like, office bunk and, like, you know, storage there. You can see inside the... Oh, my God. There we go. You can see inside here you have also storage in there. So when you first get in, if you are going to shower, you can hang up your goodies on that side and then have the shower with hook and everything. Wait. And here is your other 2 crew bunks. So they have storage under the beds as well as kind of these hung up and nice windows, which is appreciated. Same thing on this side where you got a nice window there, because obviously a lot of the military ships wouldn't have them, but windows on ships are quite nice. Back here you have your galley and salon, and then this nice little briefing terminal here with that'll be a hollow one, and then a nice window. This is a remote turret controlled by the additional seats there in the bridge. And then if we go back to the technical deck by selecting habitation. Oh, maybe it's just broken. No, maybe I'm just not patient. That is also a possibility. Anyway. We'll continue on. I like how that stows away. Very cool. Okay, we'll move on to the other hull, which will have our 300s and the additional 100 series. And then we'll go to the hollow viewers and then finally stop off with the 600s and the 890. This has still got ages. That's funny. I saw Hammerhead and I'm like, nope. There's your X1. There we go. They got a bunch in here. So we got our 350R and a dead body. So Origin Jumpworks 300 series is the ultimate fusion of elegance and astro engineering. Every component is individually calibrated to ensure your ship stays in perfect harmony. By far the fastest member of the family, the 350R refocuses the 300 power and translate into pure speed. So these have changed actually quite a bit too from the original one. So you do have some storage, which is nice. In fact, it looks like this can actually come down too. Yeah, so this one used to actually have a much larger door that swung open, and then you'd climb up ladders. It had entrance on the side here, and the ladder when you got up inside was the inside was much different. No bathroom, and it was much more similar to the 100 series actually way back in the day. So I'm glad they updated that, because the inside of these are well appointed. This one, because it does have that larger cargo bay there, and it's also focusing on the flight aspect, has a smaller interior, but still has a small bathroom, so you can do your business. But nice ship. Then we have the 325A, which is the combat version. So, just because it's a rough galaxy doesn't mean you need to sacrifice your comfort. The 325A can come out on top in any dogfight. The 325A features an advanced weapon payload as well as custom targeting system designed specifically for the 325A by Wheels Up. So this one I think just has that additional weapon hard points, though I can't really see. The other one seems like it has, but perhaps this one has like additional missiles or something to that effect. But let's take a look inside. I don't believe there's going to be drastic differences. But I've never seen one of the new variants, like interior-wise. Okay, so this is similar interior to that of the regular 300i. So in here you have a nice, you know, ceiling window that it basically extends from the front all the way back. You have an armory, some suit storage, of course your glasses for, you know, wining and dining on the wonderful skylights that you can see out from there. A nice, you know, kitchenette and a decent little bunk with your own built-in TV and the bathroom that we've already seen. That's not wanting to show itself. We'll go through the other 300 series before we check out the X1s and the final 100 series, just because we already did those other two. 315P. Pathfinder. Exploration is a man's highest calling, or is man's highest calling. Prepare to chart distant horizons with man's most sophisticated piece of technology, the Origin 315P. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. Featuring a more robust power plant and custom scanning package exclusively designed by Chimera Communications. Let's see. So it still has the cargo. Yeah, so it does have two. Both of them can drop down. But I suspect the inside would be more cramped than if it's a 315. But maybe it are like you know, enhanced scanning. But maybe this one's actually got a nicer interior because it's a Pathfinder. We'll see. No, same kind of interior. I was hoping we were gonna get out. We didn't get out. And then you have your standard 300i. If you're going to travel the stars, why not do it in style? The 300i is Origin Jumpworks' premier luxury spacecraft. It is a sleek silver killer that sends as much of a message with its silhouette as it does its particle cannons. And this one, as we've seen, has got a very similar interior, but for sake of thoroughness, we will hop on in. And you can see it's got the same type. And before it locks us in, haha, we can jump right out there. So not a bad ship. The 300 actually looks quite nice. We'll come over, before we look at the X1 series, we'll come and look at the final 100 one, the 125A, which is your combat variant. So, risks were meant to be taken, but why risk running out of fuel in the heat of battle? With the air fuel system, a souped-up weapon package, and all the luxury and refinement you come to expect from Origin Jumpworks, the 125A is designed for the discerning maverick. So come on over here. You can see very similar inside with disgusting people leaving their stuff everywhere. And then you have your X1 series. Like I said, one of these can fit right up inside of the... I was wondering how you, like, get into this thing. I don't want to rent. I want to get in. Oh, neat. Very cool. You, like, encapsulate inside of it. That's kind of cool. Hmm. Never seen one in action. That's kind of cool. My horns are, you know, sticking up nice and proud. So you got the X1. Welcome to the next level with the X1 Origin Jumpworks high-performance open canopy vehicle built from lightweight polymers. The X1 takes speed and agility to the next level thanks to its seamlessly integrated engine technology and joint vector thruster placement. Innovative design and high-quality engineering weave together to create flight experience like no other. Then the other two are just the variants of that. So we have the X1 Force, built to endure tougher environments and look good while doing it. The X1 Force is a modified version of the base X1 featuring an additional defensive element to toughen up the speedy and agile open canopy bike, allowing it to serve in a variety of roles, from exploring roles to potential security ops and security and infiltration ops. They do look nice. I do like them. They're quite neat. I feel like very little of the heads stuck out, probably on all three of them. Yeah. I feel like there's not much different aesthetically to that one. And this one removes the gun. Probably because it's the racer. Yeah. So, the velocity. How do you make faster... Or sorry, how do you make fast go faster? Origin Jumpworks X1 Velocity dares to push the boundaries of speed by stripping down the base X1 to its core elements, eliminating the weapon mount, and incorporating a new Syntec composites to create a lighter chassis for overall weight loss. Alright, we'll head downstairs, check out the G12 in the Holo Viewer, as well as the M50, which is another racing ship, though it was used as an interdictor by the Advocacy, and the 85X, which is the kind of like snub ship that goes with the 890 Jump, though its hangar can fit additional things. Yeah, so we'll head downstairs, then we'll take a look at the 600s. Now, my favorite version of the 600 is actually the kind of luxury transport version. And I understand why they've given the executive version that you get from, you know, my level of backer, why it's the Explorer version, because obviously it's more utilitarian than the luxury version. But I kind of actually really like the Origin 600i as a luxury craft, because there are going to be times where it just wouldn't make sense economically to take the 890, and having the 600 luxury allows you to kind of have options. Anyway, so you can see the M50. If you want to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible and with as much style as possible, then Origin's M50 is for you, featuring supercharged engines that counter a tiny weapons loadout. The M50 is a ship for going fast, and it does look like it. It's a very nice racing. And you get the 85X. Elegantly styled and meticulously constructed, the 85X is a versatile and comprehensive away vessel that features precision control in and out of atmosphere, utilizing much of the same thruster technology as the 300 series. It has the power of a racer with the reliability of a touring ship, whether descending down to the planet's surface or taking in the sights of your system. This runabout continues Origin's proud tradition of turning heads. And it is a nice looking one with an amazing cockpit there. Good for a pilot and the co-pilot, or you know, your chauffeuring. So if I was mine, I'd have a pilot taking me around, so I'd feel all fancy like. And come around, we'll look at the G12. Yeah, there we go. This is the combat variant with like missile pods. So the G12A combines military might with Origin's unique approach to high-end engineering designed for all offensive ground-based operations. It's the ideal partner for long-range perimeter patrols, intercepting assailants, and exploring dangerous new locales. And it looks quite nice. I very much look forward to the G12 because it'll be nice to get another kind of rover in the competitive sphere from Ursa. Not that I don't like the Ursas. It's just going to be nice to see the, addition. All right, let's head up to the big ships. More people complaining in the chat. I'm just going to say this. I'm obviously a shill for Star Citizen. Like, I'm completely biased. I'm very passionate about the project. I wouldn't spend as much money or cover the project as exclusively as I do, or extensively at least, if I wasn't. So obviously I'm coming from a place of bias, and I fully admit that. However, I don't understand how you can buy a game, how every step of the way it tells you it's early alpha, it's not complete, this is not feature complete, you will run into situations where not everything is going to work properly, and there is not necessarily a full gameplay loop yet. That is in active development. Please check our issue checker for current issues and potential workarounds. Please report things, as well as look at the roadmap for ideas on when features may or may not come into the verse. You then buy the game, make your account, continually getting this disclaimer. You get in and download the thing, and when you first launch the game, and every time thereafter, it warns you that this is an alpha, and then people get in and they're like, I can't believe the game's not finished. Well, I can't believe you bought a product that was not finished to come in and complain it's not finished. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Origin 600i Touring. This multi-role luxury vessel from Origin Jumpworks features an exquisitely detailed hull design that balances performance and versatility in a sleek and timeless form. The 600i is designed for the cutting-edge modular technology. Or designed with, sorry. Allowing you to customize your ship to your needs. There we go. Yeah, so this is that luxury version, which I wish this was what you get with the executive version. So we'll head up right up to the top floor. Doors still are broken. So you have your 3 escape pods, or is these suit storage? I can never tell. Steps. So these are escape pods. So even their escape pods are luxurious. In the top, you can come to the front here, which is your bridge. Like I said, a lot of Origin ships have a very similar layout for their bridges. Not that it's a bad layout, it's just, that kind of makes sense. Manufacturers like to stick to the same kind of styling, and an amazing visibility for your bridge crew. And of course, Origin's typical styling, where it's very luxurious. Moving rearward, you have actually some guest quarters. So if you're a guest on this cruise, you have a bed with a nice TV. You have a nice little seating area, like workstation area. You'd have to pull up your own seat, but you know what I mean? Like a little desk that you can store stuff. A nice bathroom featured with see-through walls so that, you can, well, use your imagination. And this features a total of 4 of these, so you can bring 4 of your good buddies. And the cool thing about this is that, as you can expect, pops up and down. So you can bring 4 of your closest friends / friends and their partners, or potentially partners they pick up along the way. And then we will carry on back there in a moment, but if we come downstairs with this lovely stairwell here, we have a wonderful seating area with a window directly out, so you could be on top of things looking down at, like, you know, a beautiful vista or something very cool. The owner's stateroom, I don't even think it's nice, accurate to call it a cabin. You know, their own desk, a wonderful seating area here, you know, a green wall, and an amazing bed with an incredible view for, you know, a race or whatever else, and a wonderful, well-appointed bathroom. If I can get this door to open. Maybe it'll open on one of the other versions, but this is a bathroom that opens up, and then you have, you know, your own private bathroom. I don't know if it's going to open for me on this one, but we'll definitely try on the other one. Now, nice thing about this ship is down below here, you have another elevator that takes you up and down, and this is where your crew, you know, the service crew, so they have their own bunks and seating areas and stuff like that. So each person, you know, your 4 crew have their own little location. They do have their 4 escape pods, so in the event that something, you know, happens, they have that, but they also have component access down below here. A nice seating area. And a couple bathrooms here, which is quite nice, so that they don't necessarily have to go into the crew area other than when they are doing their job. Not to be degrading, but that's very common if you've ever traveled on, like, chartered vessels. That is very common, that the crew try to stay out of the hair of the people and only, you know, come out when they're needed, using stuff like this or that door back there. Now this is just the back of where we were out here. So coming back here, this would be employees only, but you have an armory, suit storage, you know. So in the event that the ship was in danger, the crew can, you know, security members can get their stuff donned. Then you have this awesome, like, little bar. With an amazing view. Couple different seats, so this could angle at the perfect thing so you can watch the races or whatever else, fireworks shows. Lovely little seating area for a TV. You got your pool table and a well-appointed galley. And then if the crew needs to, they have engineering access along the sides with cargo, which is nice. So once you move the cargo in, yeah, you'd have to move it around a little bit. It would be beneficial if there was a cargo lift kind of back here, but all your component and engineering systems are back here, and then you could have all your supplies that the, you know, crew could bring over into the cafeteria here, that galley, or up into the bar or what have you. Now, I really like the layout of this one. The difference between this one and the other 600i, which is what we'll hit up next, is this back area is identical. The lower area for the crew is identical. The stateroom and the bridge are identical, but this area is totally different. So this area, that whole nice, like, you know, luxurious area down here, is replaced by a large elevator that you can lift up and down to stow a vehicle like a G12 Rover or like currently an Ursa. And then up here is actually got a scanning and, like, utility station, because it obviously is a exploration and you know, more utilitarian focus than pure luxury and touring. So we'll go take a look and show that off then, and then we'll head into the pièce de résistance. That big boy. I mean, the landing gear, massive. Look at that thing. I really like how the 890's also got that nice nautical look. It almost looks like you could just put it in water and it would float. Huge landing gear. And then you have the Explorer. Like I said, the executive model that you get from donating a crazy amount of money that, like I have, is just basically a very nice black and, like, you know, black gold and, you know, well, it looks very nice. So this multi-role luxury vessel from Origin Jumpworks features an exquisitely detailed hull that is designed to balance performance and versatility in a sleek and timeless package. The 600i is designed with cutting-edge modular technology, allowing you to customize your ship to your needs. I feel like that's very similar to the description we saw there. But you can see here, this would be where you would drive up your G12 or whatever else. Because it's down, we will just take it up. I don't know if I'll get through because the door seems to be closed. Nice. Nice. We might be stuck. Oh, here we go. Do we have the elevator button? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Maybe we can activate it. But you can see, from our current vantage point, it's kind of difficult to see, but there's actually cargo in this section. So you can kind of see it along the sides. This area is quite barren comparatively to what you've seen on the other one, but up top features a very large hologlobe. I don't know if I'll be able to get my view. It might not let me due to the weird angle that I'm at here, but yeah, it's got a hologlobe up top and, like, you know, more of a exploration focus with some additional, like, scanning and utility seats. We might be totally stuck. I want to try to see if we can get out without... Because there's one other way. We could just leave to main menu and then rejoin, but that means we have to take the tram all the way over here, and we are so close to being finished. And to be honest with you, given that it is 11 o'clock at night, 11:20, I'd love to be able to finish our tour. Oh, maybe. Well,
find a new favorite? Then why not take it for a test run? Many of the vehicles on display at this year's IAE are conveniently available to rent.
Well, we're going to have to proceed to the menu, which is going to add another 15 minutes, maybe only 10 to my time, which is unfortunate. But that's what happens with a game in active development. I mean, you look at games that are released even when they're not claiming to be in early alpha / active development and not fully feature complete and bug free. They're riddled. Like, at least Star Citizen has the disclaimer. My luck, I'll get back in the same server and still be stuck. If that's the case, then we might actually just spawn in something like Arena Commander to show off those last two ships, because I do have... Okay, good. Because I do have both of those remaining ships, the 600 like exploration version and the 890. Now, one thing that's really cool, I saw a quick video on at lunch today, is they actually finally added paints to the 890 and hopefully to the 600, because that's really cool. It's a nice way for them to make a couple bucks for people that might already have a ship but want to kind of give it their own personality. Now, they're eventually going to be in game, and there are going to be multiple ways to acquire these. So one way is you'll actually be able to design and sell/acquire other people's designed ones. So I'm thinking like orgs and stuff like that will be able to have their mark by having their own symbols and stuff like that. You're also going to be able to acquire the in-game guilds as well as in-game companies. So if you do a lot with the Traders Guild, then you would unlock, whatever their, United Commerce Guild or whatever. You'd unlock that paint scheme, but you could also then work specifically for Kovalex. And if you work for Kovalex, you might eventually unlock both of the Kovalex paint and the United Transport, or Commerce Guild, whatever it's called. And then finally, there's going to be, just like we can now, go to the RSI site and buy these paints. You'll be able to go to like Dumpers. Well, and even now there is some of those, but you'll be able to go to Dumpers Depot and other ship manufacturer and ship component manufacturers or resellers and stuff like that, and acquire these paints. But for now, they have some really nice paints. I really like the black and gold, like Hurston looking ones, so I always pick those ones up. And for the first time, or at least to me, I didn't realize the 890 had it before, so if it did, then I'm just new to that party, because it's not a ship that I fly very often, so it's not something I really looked into. But I saw a video that they've now released 3 different paints for the 3 or 4 anyway, for the 600 or the 890 jump, and maybe we'll get lucky and have the 600. But I like that because it allows you to be not just in the sea of white. For example, if a bunch of people had an 890 jump party, you might have now 4 different color possibilities with endless number of permutations based on the number of players versus the number of colors. So I really like that. I'll probably end up picking that up. I picked up the new Polaris paints, like the trio. One was a Chairman's Club exclusive. The other 2 were available to everyone. Chairman's Club is once you've spent a certain number of dollars, it's considered concierge. And once you've done that, then you can access these exclusive paints and packages that are not available to the general public. But anyone can achieve that once you've donated enough money. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's $1,000. So anyone who's donated $1,000 or more gets access to Chairman's Club. What that does is there's exclusive merch that you can get. So, like physical merch, like hats and hoodies that are, notebooks, things that are like pens, exclusive to Chairman's Club members. You also get concierge support, which means you get like top level support. If anytime you have any problems, the support will, be the go-to location for you. You'll get priority kind of. Why? He dead. That's unfortunate. And in addition, you get custom paints that are unique to, Chairman's Club members. You also, get, depending on how much you spent, free, I say that, with quotes around it, but you get free perks. So, for example, I've reached the top that you can because I've spent a stupid amount of money. Which is Legatus Navium. And so, some of the things I've gotten is a quote-unquote free F8 Lightning Executive Edition. I've got a 600i of this version, particularly Executive, with that unique paint scheme. I've got like the monocle and top hat. I got like an Executive spacesuit that's all gold, Executive Art like pistol. Like, you get a bunch of these in-game things. Now, they're not crazy. Like the ship, like the F8 Lightning is very nice, but those are some of the highest tiers that you can get those. But it's just a nice little kickback that you get. Plus you get Spectrum badges that you can apply based on your level of funding. So as I said, the bridge is identical, but back here is where it gets interesting. You can see that it's been pushed out, and a wonderful hologlobe with the two utility seats. Coming back here, we won't explore the whole thing, but you can see that very similar layout. With the exception of that lower area once we get onto this thing. This one's nice. Like I said, more utility than, you know, the other one, because obviously this has additional crew capacity, and it's, I shouldn't say that, additional crew seat capacity. A much larger cargo hold. You got your 4, you know, grav plates back here. 2 on this side. You know, suit kind of storage. 2 on that side. Large one in the center as in on the actual lift. And we'll see if that bathroom is now open on here so we can show it. If not, next time I'm in, I'll take out the 600i that I got so that I can show that off. If I forget and you happen to be watching, just let me know and I'll make sure to share that. But now we'll head to the big one. So the 890, it's their, you know, kind of king capital ship there. It's cap ship in size. It's actually a bit bigger than the Polaris, but it's not, you know, a capital ship in terms of, like, you know, meant to duke it out in combat. Though it can hold its own. It's got very good shields, and it does have PDC/PDS, like point defense cannons or point defense system, depending on how you want to define it. It's got 2 lifts on the bottom. One is a cargo bay lift, so that it can lift up like a G12 rover, like you'd expect, all that jazz. Ursa, what have you, but it also can be used as a cargo lift. And then you also have the passenger lift and 2 docking collars, as well as a front landing bay. We come back here, you can see turrets. Some of them are like remote that can pop out, otherwise they all stow inside the hull, even the manned ones, so that it's not as directly imposing, because it's designed to kind of look, I don't want to say declawed or anything like that, but it's very much discreet in its armament in terms of it doesn't like go outwardly to project power. But it certainly has amazing shields and a very good defense system. So I really like this because this is kind of your main entrance. So whether you're on a landed platform or you're entering in from one of the docking collars, this is kind of your first introduction to the ship. So this wonderful central hallway here. You're then met with a wonderful, like, you know, inlaid stone floor with like gold kind of highlight, you know, probably molten gold poured in and then cooled and polished. There's a nice little, like, you know, where to go on the floor there. You have 4 staterooms that are much like this one. So they feature a large fish tank, a massive holographic kind of screen, a decent bed, and wonderful sitting area, massive bathroom. And there's 4 of those, 2 down here. And then 2 actually like up top. In this area here. We'll go to those in a second. We'll stay down on this floor for a bit. Nice little seating area here, kind of in the foyer. And then on the sides, you do have your emergency escape pods here, so that people on the ship have a mind your head there, but you have the weight on or off. There's an elevator that goes between this deck and engineering for crew, or in the event that you needed to transport passengers there for whatever reason, as well as a ladder access in the event that there's no power. The other side has your escape raft here as well, but also another lift.
Attention visitors to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Please take care of your emerging vehicles on display. Remember,
And that one actually can be used to have your crew or passengers make their way to the hangar, which we'll showcase in a little bit. We're going to stick on this floor just for a little bit longer. Going forward, you actually have a wonderful spa area. So to the right, you have your saunas, as well as pool or shower, to clean off afterwards and before. You have a wonderful hot tub with a waterfall and a nice ambient lighting in here for kind of mood and accenting. You have the two main lifts that can take you to the hangar, the spa and pool, and the foyer, bar, lodge, and dining. And then on this side, it does the foyer, bar, and lounge. However, this is for the crew. So you would have this locked, and crew would use this one, passengers would use this one. Well, crew could also use that, but it would be primarily for crew and on the other side. You have where you would go to store your belongings before going into our pool, and a wonderful pool here with, waterside lounging. You could have music bumping in here. I can imagine this would be a very nice area while taking a lovely trip. Imagine doing a cruise on this thing. Now we're going to go upstairs. Up here you have a nice foyer with a piece of art. And if we enter into here and we go forward here, to the left we have one of those rooms. Once again, very similar to what you saw downstairs. Same thing on the other side, but a lovely coach on either side. You also have your communal washrooms here, so that in the event that people required the use of washrooms, as well as your lift there. Right outside your bar, which has wonderful TVs and amazing seating. So even though you only have 4 staterooms on board, more people could be entertained for day travel in a wonderful, very well appointed dining and bar area. The reason I said the crew uses the other one is this actually comes out to the prep area right before you would go out to serve your guests. And then finally, you have kind of like a more VIP dining experience, including a meeting room for org business. Amazing visibility in here. So in particular, I'd probably seat myself right here, so I'd have amazing views, but I also could see myself sitting over here depending on the meeting. But very, very nice. So we'll go up before we go down. We go a little further up. We have the top floor here. In the trailer, actually, that they've done, they called this the Gatsby. There was a singer up here and a bunch of people in this area, so you could use it as that. But there's also wonderful appointed seating areas. There is amazing vistas from the port and starboard main windows, and an amazing top window. That fireworks and other shows like that would be great. Actually, we'll move forward first because it's a little less exciting. We'll go to the owner's cabin afterwards. So up in here you have some component access, but then this is your bridge. Like I said, similar to what you expect, but with obviously a larger hologlobe, given that it is a capital ship. It is slightly more ritzy, of course, but that's saying something because the Origin itself is ritzy. Also saw some fascinating video before we head into the owner's cabin about how the PDS system is actually loyal only to the ship. So even if I fly my 890 or my Polaris and park it, I take off in a smaller ship and I attack my own Polaris or 890, win the smaller ship, even though I'm the owner and I'm the party leader of my own party. The PDSs or Cs, whatever you want to call them, will target me and shoot me, even though I'm the owner, because they're loyal not to the owner, not to the party, but to the ship itself, which is kind of neat. Very nice window back here, and some additional seating area, both in terms of these benches and these chairs.
Thank you for visiting New Babbage's Tobin Expo.
But you're like, where's the owner's cabin? Well, right in here. So in here you have a wonderful office with a massive window looking out the back of the ship. You also have nice storage shelves, room for artwork, a lovely model of your own ship, all that jazz. Moving back here, you actually have a window that looks out on either side, but it's a one-way. A wonderful massive TV, like huge bed, wonderful built-in lighting there, some crazy storage shelf, a bunch of outfits because of course you gotta look good. Nice bathroom, similar to the other sizes that we saw in the other area, and then your own dining area because, you know, why wouldn't you? Alright, so like I said, we're going to move up before we move down. So we're going to head back down, and we're first going to go into the elevator that we saw down here. And we're going to go this one here and go down to engineering. We'll start at the aft and work our way forward. This one can go all the way to engineering, but we're going to take it down here. This is your ladder that heads on up. We'll head through this corridor in a minute, but here is your landing vehicle-like bay as well as cargo. You also have, this is the pathway that takes you kind of towards the hangar. And then you have your ladder or your elevator that heads up. But down here, you can see this is the engineering space. And the elevator could take you over there. You have your gravity generator, you know, component storage. You have this that can be either used for cargo, as you can see with the magnetic plates, but also can just be for ground vehicle exploration, you know, whatever you need. On the sides, you have your engines, your primary, like, you know, engines, and then your elevator access. There will be components in this area as well, because this is considered engineering. But basically mirrored on both sides there. So in here you have all kinds of armory storage, which can, of course, in typical Origin fashion. You have your ladder that your crew or passengers could use. This is how they get to the hangar, so that they don't have to go that way. They'd come off and they'd have a very direct path. This is also where they can, in the event that they're ill on the flight, access the sick bay. This is where they would wait for their ships, because obviously it only supports so many ships in the hangar at one time. So a couple small, a couple very small and a, you know, one medium, if you will, like at a 300. And then in here, there's additional magnetic cargo, but this is your landing pad. And while you can just simply open the top, yeah, while you can simply just open the top, you can also... Oh, here we go. It doesn't look like it's going to open. That's unfortunate. There we go. So this would normally be able to open, and you'd be able to have the ship then land on this platform and then lower back into the ship. Or you can simply just open this up kind of like the Polaris and have them come down inside. Now, unfortunately, with this like this, we can likely get around. And do I have the... No, it's gonna bug there. That's fine. We can use the docking collars to get back in. And we'll go to the medical bay since we got our tier 3 lag injury there.
This is a friendly reminder that the Tobin Expo Center is a STEM-free environment. Please refrain during your visit and have an amazing day.
Thankfully, you can access that from the exterior of the ship. Now you've seen those elevators. We can use this one to head back down to the hangar level and access the medical bay to not only heal our injury, but then continue on our tour.
Stay aware of your surroundings and keep an eye on your belongings at all times. You want to make sure that your perfect day stays there.
A Wonka surprise. No, he's not wrong. There we go. These are tier 2 beds, I think. They are. Yay, treatment successful. So moving back forward. You can see that that's what it would look like from the inside. You actually have a little basketball net there, so you can have a little bit of friendly sporting if there was no ships in the area. This is your lower turret access. And then up ahead here is your upper turret access. So it's got 2 manned turrets. The rest are all remotely controlled via the stations on the bridge, as well as you'll see in a minute here, it's got a bit of a battle bridge if we go on the staff side. So like I said, that's more of your guest side. This is more of your staff side. So first and foremost, they have all the EVA suits for their, if they are having to work outside. You have a nice little like lounge area for your staff when they're not actively doing service work. They have a nice bathroom, but also all of them have their own little personal bed here, so you can see you can have quite a bit of support staff to support all of the people on board this ship. There's also, like, you know, this little lounge and dining area. There's kind of a food dispenser and stuff like that. But moving forward, we actually have a fully equipped kitchen and a massive little, you know, pantry. So each of these little cabinets within this large pantry, which could also supply or store additional supplies. And then, in addition to having the escape pods over here, we actually have a like battle bridge, which allows the pilot and the two remote operators to fly the vessel from the safety of the core of the ship, so less likely to run into a situation where they're exposed because the bridge has a lot of windows. And it's pretty cool to have a secondary bridge in the event that there is catastrophic damage happening up top, or you want to migrate due to, safety concerns. But that is the lineup for Origin Jumpworks. If you like what you see, be sure to head on to rubberspaceindustries.com. Go to the IAE page and then find the manufacturer of your choice, today being Origin, and then you can add one of those puppies to your cart and buy them. If you do end up buying a ship and this is your first time into Star Citizen, you're getting a Vault for the first time, make sure that the ship you purchase includes a game package. So that's why I actually recommend using one of the game packages and then either upgrading that ship or purchasing an additional ship on top of that. The only reason is that if you get a ship and not a game package, you still can't play. But if you get a game package, any ship you get after there does not have to be a game package, but you do need at least one game package on your account to play the game. If this is the first time playing Star Citizen and you are going to be purchasing it, be sure to use my referral code. You can find that on the About Me page on the Twitch channel or in the description of the YouTube video, depending on if you're watching this over there after the fact. If you're a new or existing player, whether you've been playing the whole time, returning, or this is your first time, booting in, and you're looking for a home in the verse, be sure to look me up on Spectrum. It's actually on Spectrum. It's over there. It's Guilty-Sage. And if you find me on there, you can also find Terran Interstellar Incorporated. That is our organization. I am looking to build that out. So if you're interested in not only helping me build that out, but also potentially featuring on the channel, though no pressure, you don't have to, you can go ahead and submit an application for that. Otherwise, I sincerely hope you just enjoyed the video. As I mentioned in the previous one, I like entertaining, so at the very least, I hope I brought you some value, whether that's because I got to show you each of the ships on offer, or I said something that made you smile, laugh, or otherwise you enjoy the broadcast. Now, it's late. It's like 11:48, and excuse my language, but I'm tired as fuck, so I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to go and put my head on the pillow. Well, actually, probably take a quick shower. Then I'm going to put my head on the pillow and rack out. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Peace.